Good morning, good morning. Coming over to Wendover, Nevada. Bit of a smoky day out here today. That's the Bonneville Salt Flats out there on the valley there, the valley floor. Haven't been this way in ages. Probably because I always take 50. A few casinos here. I think the Pepper Mill, or maybe it's the one next to it, is like right on the line of the border. I guess those would be the ones up here, not right here, but up ahead of us here a bit. Yeah, I think Monterey Bay, is that, or Montego Bay? It's the one that's right on the line. As you can see right here, welcome. This is the state line. Entering Mountain Time Zone. We're back home. And there is the casino. Life Elevated, Utah. Wish it was nice and clear. It will be when the breeze kicks up. Got the Utah POE, point of entry. Coming up. What Utah usually does, I don't know if they do it here, but they have a sign and it flashes when you have to go in. And if it's not flashing, then you know you don't have to go in, you just drive right on by. I don't see anything flashing. Yep, I see it flashing right there. We get our first beacon. Now they know who we are. They're thinking, what do they want to do with us? And we got a green light. There's the port of entry flashing. Usually, like I say, with Utah, you can look ahead, and if you see, especially at night, if you see it flashing, then you know they're there. If you don't see any flashing, cruise on down the highway. Like they got some inspections going on. Bonneville Speedway, half a mile. That stuff's got to be just right. You get too much moisture in it, the track is no good. I'd like to come out here and test fly an ultralight on the salt flat. I've flown a little bit, but it was with a friend of mine who was the actual pilot. I fly radio control airplanes. I know how it works. But I think it would be pretty cool to just hop in one and go fly away. I mean, if you think about it, the very first person who ever jumped in a plane, would that be the Wright brothers? Of course, it didn't have the maneuverability that they have now, of course, but they jumped in it. You got to start somehow. So I would attempt it. I would cruise along, going around the ground nice and easy, get my speed up slowly, and then when I feel froggy, go ahead and try to lift it up, fly it a little bit, and put it back down. Just play around with it until you get the feel of the girl, and then just take her up. It looks pretty damp. I mean, there is water around here, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. It's like you come to a dry lake bed, and if the heat is just right, it looks like there's water in it. But you actually go to it, and it's just a dry lake bed. However, though, this is all water over here. Get over here to the actual salt flat and see what it looks like. So it's been a while since I've been here, but that rest area right there, you can see where the water is, that's all salt. But of course it's flooded right now. But when that water's evaporated, it is just pure white. Pretty wild, but we don't get to see it today. $80 miles per hour. Miles to Salt Lake City. That means it's 122 miles from the border of Nevada. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Feeling a little flat today. You can definitely see for miles and miles and miles. The winds kick up and blow all this stuff out of here. You really be able to see for miles. I don't know if this thing coming up here on the left is art or antennae. I don't know. So I can get a zoom in on it for you all. They do got a fence around it. Of course, they probably have to. You know, how people can be. A couple pieces broken on the ground. I'm going to say it's art. But there is a couple antennas up on top, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have to Google at it. Look, see. You can Google it too. It's, I'll give you a mile marker. See that? Drowsy driving causes crashes. No fatigued driving. That antenna thing will be at mile marker 26. It's going to be closer to 26 than 27 because there's 27. So yeah, I'd say it's about mile marker 26-ish. In case y'all want to look that up, it's on the westbound side of Interstate 80. Mile marker 26. What is that thing? I can't check now because I'm asleep at the wheel. There's actually a band called Asleep at the Wheel. I think they country. Like James Hetfield from Metallica says, there's two kinds of music, country and western. Of course, he's just being a comedy. I like country and western. I actually do. I also love heavy metal, classic rock, blues, jazz, a little classical. Depends on the mood. Even though I like country, I don't always listen to it a whole lot. I planted the seed in my granddaughter when she was really young. I told my daughter, I'm like, I'm going to turn her head into a headbanger. Oh, you're not. Huh. So we got her fired up on a Slipknot song, The Devil and I. It's powerful, powerful drums, powerful music. And she really got a kick out of it. And now that she's older, anytime I put that on, she just comes to life. That's funny. And she's always with my daughter, so she gets all kinds of girly music and a little bit of rap, I guess, and stuff like that. But she's with her papa. We be bumping. To Ella, 79 miles. 69 to the exit. 68 actually. "45 seconds at 80 mile per hour, 1 mile equals 45 seconds. Well, let's just try to find out. Boom, start your check right now. I can't do 80 miles an hour. 70 mph is where we're governed. That water is only like an inch deep. Enough to hydroplane on with some kind of cool toy. So I always do my research on stuff, and I bought that little scooter to get back and forth from work to the garage storage unit, basically, and it's about 2 miles away from work. It'll do about 15 miles per hour. But now that I've got one, I'm like doing more research. And they got this one called a 011X. 62 mile per hour. Holy jeez. If I'm going to go that fast on 2 wheels, I want a motorcycle. No, I don't need to go that fast. I already have a fast car. That's good enough for me. So a lot of Salt Lakeans or Utahns cruise over to Wendover on the weekends, only 100 miles. So an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. 30 minutes in the caddy. But a lot of them would go over just to get beer. Full strength beer. Because you couldn't get much more than, I think, 3.2 in Utah. They have like some of the most strictest alcohol laws around. And I don't think they should be able to do that, really. But they did just release full strength beer, I guess, or a higher percentage. You know, whether you choose to drink or not is your own business. You shouldn't be told by the government if you can or not. You know, like Saudi Arabia, you can't drink. They would bury you into the sand until just your head sticks out of the ground, and then they throw rocks at you. I mean, sorry, boulders. And, well, I guess that's for adultery. But I heard like Iran, you can't drink there either because it's a Muslim country. But I also heard that almost every Iranian has alcohol. So, what does that tell you? It's like prohibition. What did that do? Oh, we're going to force you to quit drinking. No, you created another problem. Pretty bloody and deadly one, to be honest. People are going to do what they're going to do. You're put on this planet to live your life, not to be controlled. So I don't know, like, I think they should probably legalize drugs because, like they're doing with marijuana, but they're like, oh, people will kill themselves. Well, they can do that with Drano. They can do it with all kinds of stuff. And I'm just saying the war on drugs hasn't worked at all. Has not worked one bit. So what good does it do if it's not working? If it was working, yeah, no problem. But it doesn't work. So somebody overdoses on drugs and takes too much and kills themselves, well, it's what you call natural selection. You don't have to worry about wars. You know, talk about overpopulation. I don't know. That is a very touchy subject. It's hard to know which way to go, but one way is not working. What do you do? Anyway, we're out of the flatness. They do military training out this way too. Not here, but where we're headed right now. See you in a bit. So this is the area I was talking about where the military trains. Not choo-choo. When we start to get into the hilly territory, okay, welcome to the Salt Lake City. A balmy 40 degrees. Should be snowing, but it's raining just a bit. 180 East. Cheyenne. So pretty smoggy like LA. Out here they call it an inversion. Don't rightly know what that means. Haven't not ever looked into it. So coming from Denver, the I-25, I-70 intersection to the I-80, 15 intersection is 524 miles. Whether you go 25 to 80 and then 80 to the 15, or 524 miles if you go 70 to the 6 to the 15 and then at the 80. It's the exact same miles. $524. You get on in here and you cut right in front of me there, gold Camry. You can do it. Or you're gonna get smart and give more room. There you go. Yep. You got plenty of room, go ahead. Look at it, she can't, or he can't, figure out what to do. Should I stay or should I go now? We have a low center of gravity. Watching all these cars at once. Yes, we are. Even the ones behind us and besides us. Trying to determine what they're going to do even before they know what they're going to do. That's the fun thing sometimes with driving a big rig. You got to read their minds. An example of how that's done is you see what's coming up ahead because we are higher elevation, so we can kind of see what's going on, and you can look at the speed of one car and see that he's coming up on people and know wonky wipers are back, that he is going to not hit his brakes but instead cut in front of you. That's how you read what they're going to do before they know. This guy here is probably going to cut in front of me. A little bit too close so you can enjoy some high illumination. Should have been over a lot sooner instead of waiting till the last minute. Everybody's going to pile on. And us being heavy, we've got pedal to the metal to keep our momentum rolling along. We got clearance from Clarence on all sides. If you look at that line of traffic coming on the freeway up here, it's going to cause a bit of a cluster mess. Didn't want to take the hammer lane, but I will. I know some of you are going, yeah, right, Mike. You love that hammer lane. Should I put that for a license plate? Hammer lane. For me, it's all about keep the rig moving. If I'd sit back there and watch those guys, they'll be able to take off, and they slowed me down so much. I'll be playing hell trying to get back up to my speed. So if I can keep it rolling, I'll definitely do that. Speed limit is 70, we're at 65. The old Dominion tractor is in the same lane as we are. It says 80 right there, but that's the highway, not the speed. I'm fixing now to get over if they'll let me. There you go. Trade places with you. Thank you very much. Traded places with this guy, and now he's just hanging out. .43-degree temperature. That is scorching. I don't know if that cattle hauler is going to get on the freeway. Nope, he's going over it. Nope, he's getting on it. I think there's 3 lanes up here though. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. I'm all for electric. 100% behind it. I'm also realistic and know that we're still on the fossil fuels, and until we achieve that level, we just keep going as we're going. I like how fast they are. They can put you in the back seat. Pretty darn quick. This is called Parleys Summit. these four-wheelers, you can easily move into another lane, but because I went behind Old Dominion here, pissed that lady off behind me, she has to get right up on my bumper now. And the whole lane to the left of me is clear. Okay. She wants to stay there, I'll stay here too. That white van should not be in that lane at all. For our flashers. Might be snowing up there by the top. That could just be the cloud layer though. Funky wipers. This is quite the hill out of Salt Lake City. Temperature's dropping a bit at 38. Bull hauler's gonna make me let it up. Damn it. It's snowing all right. 36-degree temperature, pretty balmy. See you at the top. Parleys Summit. Took us a while, but we got here. Brake check. Down to 34 degrees. Need the brakes a few times right here. We're not going to be using them that much to worry about heating them up. Park City is by here. Let's say it's in the neighborhood. So Park City is off to our right here, about the 2 o'clock angle. Kimmel Junction. See, these wipers march to a drummer from a different beat. The two-step offbeat. Tire monitoring sensor malfunction. You know, once you get over 120,000, all these sensors on those trucks just start doing like the wipers. Oh, we'll call this video good for now. We'll get some more through Wyoming. Not sure if we're going to have any weather, but I would assume we're going to have a bit. So thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. How about those wipers, huh? That's timing. See you next time.